Greetings. Elder Black Light, I lost 24/7. You know, one thing that holds the black man back from being in unity is that everyone thinks they got a better way than the next one. So everyone is after that cries black power and black unity and black consciousness. They're after that young generation. They figure on raising them up into the way that will best free the next generation of blacks from this system. But I think if you are really sincere about helping your people, if you excuse me, if you're really sincere about black power, if you're really sincere about righteousness, then I think you ought to study and examine the root and put two and two together and come up with a reason that will substantiate why you why you are professing to be of that school of thought that you represent and presenting to others. So that's what I did. And my school of thought is with Master Farad Muhammad. And my reasoning was, I looked at the condition of the black man, black woman in the 30s. And the country was going through a Great Depression. I looked at the reason why he came to Detroit, Michigan in the Black Bottom. And I often ask the questions to everyone, those old pioneers, about why did Master Farad come to Detroit out of all places. They say to seek out the messenger Elijah Muhammad. And I figured, that was a good answer, but I don't think that was the complete answer. I figured by studying the lessons, say the black man always settles on the best part of the planet. So I say, well, over here in North America, what is the best part of the planet? So, taking note of today's climate and today's weather conditions, that the planet is drying up, plus the Caucasian is polluting everything that nature can offer us. And Michigan has a body of fresh water that could supply the whole planet. Then I looked at other key elements that Michigan has a surplus of or abundance of, and I thought maybe, and then plus he mentions Michigan out of all the other states, he mentions Michigan in his in the lesson book. Then I looked at after he came and the after effects, and then I looked at when we had the clash in 1967, the rebellion or mini. It was a mini battle. I looked at what happened after that mini battle, and Detroit had its first black mayor. And then I looked at all the talent that was in Detroit, and then I looked at all the black millionaires that came under the mayor that came when Mayor Young was the mayor of Detroit. And then I looked at how long he lasted, for 20 years. And then I looked at how all the Caucasian dried up the city with their money and their banking system. And I looked at how the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had banks and was flourishing, and he had farms and he was flourishing. Now, the Caucasian had to get to our people some kind of way, and he got to them, to the bourgeois. You know, a lot of black people, a lot of black sold our people into slavery, and once we came over here to the United States, some blacks had black slaves. These are the blacks that are the elites and the boule here today. So the psychology that he's practicing on us, we call it tricknology, is in full effect. Now, it's been a long time since Wallace or Wharf-Din Muhammad and Farrakhan suckered the brothers and sisters into losing all their holdings. It's been about 40 years. And I listened to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's old tapes, and he said, now that the white man made you free, you don't have no excuse. Just get up off your lazy butt and start building. Well, now that you found out that Wharf-Din and Minister Farrakhan are hypocrites and sold out, we don't have no excuse. So I'm telling the brothers and sisters that's sincere about following the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, let's take it over, man. I'm talking about Detroit. And you ain't got to worry about nothing but supplying the technology and creating a cash flow so in order to do that, all the followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you know, we got to be brothers. We can't, in other words, if we don't unite under the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and be as one, then we can't talk about the Panthers, we can't talk about the Christians, we can't talk about the Orthodox Muslims and all the different sects. You know, even though you follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you still broke yourself into sects because of your minister, your leader. If your minister and leader ain't trying to sit down and have a talk with the rest of the followers, the rest of the ministers that follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, then you are in a sect also. You know, you broke yourself up into sects. And you know how the Quran talks against the sects. And you know how all that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was saying about unity is the key is in vain. So I'm saying let's kick it off first here in Detroit. Let's kick it off first here. And I'm willing to help any kind of way I can. But I'm not joining no brothers that's not trying to build nothing. I'm not gonna give you my money just for you to pay the light bill. If that's the case, we can have meetings over YouTube. You know. But then, anyway, if I chip in my money, like brothers be saying, I got 5 on it, but at least they come up with a product. If I say I got 5 on it, we're going to have to come up, buy us a block or something, man, a building, man. I ain't for that little petty stuff. This is Black Light saying stay tuned.